Hello everyone, my name is Cheyenne and welcome to my channel. We are going to be doing some magical memory keeping today. Yes, let's take this time while we are all staying home to try to prevent the spread of COVID-19 to catch up on our Disney scrapbooking, right? All right, so this is another one where I have used my Cricut design space to pre-plan my scrapbook layout. I love doing this, especially when I'm using digital elements, which I have been doing more and more of lately. I've been purchasing from sites like SnapClick Supply Company, AC Digitals, and even Hungry JPEG to get my digital elements that I can upload into Cricut Design Space and print and cut. And I've said it before, I love it because I can resize them however I need them to be. I can print them and cut them as many times as I want on any materials I want. I love having the freedom to do that. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I have gotten most everything kind of pre-done so that we can go ahead and speed through this quickly. Alright, so these are the pictures I am scrapbooking today. My sister and her Oswald Mickey ears. She wore these the entire day. She's a little bit weird. My entire family's weird. So it was fun, and she's got her purple hair, and yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. I've gone ahead and pre-cut some black mats for my pictures so I can adhere those on pretty quickly. The elements that I'm using today are from the Echo Park Remember the Magic set. Let me just double check that real quickly here. Yes, the Remember the Magic set from Echo Park Paper Company, which I purchased on SnapClick Supply Company. They do have sales every now and again. So they recently just had a 50% off all digital items set. So like sign up for their newsletter, and they also do a $1 Wednesday. So go ahead and do that. I am not affiliated with SnapClick Supply Company. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting this stuff together. Let's start out with the background, because of course we can't just have a piece of white paper. Again, this is a bulk set of 12 by 12 cardstock that I purchased from Amazon Prime. I can't remember the name of the company, but whatever you prefer to use. I've got my Stampin' Up! Stamp pads. We're doing Real Red, Pacific Point, and Daffodil Delight. Very similar to what I did in my last video, only I used Marina Mist instead of Pacific Point for that. Again, I don't know if these colors are still current for Stampin' Up! They've redesigned their stamp pads and their color collections, so I don't know. But that's what I'm using, because these are primary colors. You can kind of make anything with these. And yeah, these go with the kit and everything. Okay, so we're going to do some package technique. If you wanted to, you could by all means gesso this if you think you're going to be using a lot of water and you don't want your paper to kind of like buckle, you don't want the inks to absorb into it. I'm wanting to do something that's kind of a lighter coating, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so looking at my design here, I know I definitely want some mixed media kind of peeking up through here and a little through here. So I'm going to kind of aim for maybe a diagonal little section, because this is going to be pretty much the bottom of the 12 by 12 paper. So just a little bit. We're not going to go too crazy. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of my mats here just so I have a better point of reference to where everything's going to be going. This one's going to go here, and yeah. Alright, pencil. Alright, here's my pencil just to mark out the areas. Alright, so that'll give me a pretty good point of reference of what I'm needing to do, what I'm wanting to do, and all that. Alright, I'm going to start out throwing stuff onto the floor, onto my cat, who's right at my feet. No kidding. I have to be careful not to step on him. And he's a big cat. Like, he's hefty. He takes up a lot of space. So, alright. Oh, actually, what I'm going to do first... Yeah. Alright, I'm going to squeeze this to see about getting... Actually, no. You know what? I'm not using the ink pads because I brought out my re-inkers for these. Alright, so I'm just going to take a drop, because these are pretty concentrated. The re-inkers, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck with these. Itchy nose. Now, has anyone else noticed that when you go out into public now, this is during the COVID-19 corona pandemic, stay-at-home orders, all that. You go out into public, you're not supposed to touch your face, and I don't know, my face gets so freaking itchy whenever I'm out in public now. Like, it's fine the rest of the day, except for obviously now because I'm filming a video. I don't know whether it's like all in my head or what. Alright, so I just did 2 little spurts of water on there. I've got a little paintbrush here, and I'm just going to kind of squiggle that around a little bit just to dilute it some. You can see how diluted that got. Alright, and just because I can, I did another little spurt. Alright, now we're going to take, and this is pretty watery, so we're going to do it quick. Flip, and I'm just kind of like lightly putting it down on the paper. Alright, now since I didn't gesso this at all, there's not going to be a whole lot of movement in the color. I'm not going to be able to push it around on here like I would with a gessoed surface, because it's actually absorbing into the fibers of the paper. So keep that in mind. Oh, what is that? What is that? You don't belong there. Where did you come from? This happens when you're filming. I don't even know what that is. That is crazy. Alright, we're going to make sure the nice little splotch goes there. So, that's interesting. Were you on here already? I don't think I've used this at all for any of this. Okay, actually we're going to do blue, because I think the blue is going to cover up whatever that ended up being. But it's there. It's not going anywhere. So, we cover it up. Okay, another little spray. It's kind of fun to watch them, like, just spray out. But that's a little too concentrated. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Yeah, one more spray. There we go. Actually, let me just go ahead. Try to... Of course, it didn't drop quite where I wanted it to. There we go. See, I made sure to cover up that one spot. This is starting to kind of look like a Rorschach painting. We're going to have some psychological analysis after this. What do you see in the ink splotches? I think we're all kind of feeling like the isolation and like the stress, and just things are not, they're not the same right now. Normal's not happening. So I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like it's weird, it's strange, and I'm talking to my cats a lot more, and maybe that's just because I'm here with them a lot more. I'm not like going into work, I don't know. And they're all around. Like I said, I have one at my feet, and then I've got two others in here. I did have another one, but apparently she doesn't like me filming, so she left. But it's okay. She might be back. It's also a nice sunny day out. It's still kind of cold around here, but you got to get outside when you can, and the kitties definitely like to be outside. They're indoor, outdoor. Alright, so I've got my real red. Little splotchy. Okay. And I'm going to use the back of this. I'm also apparently going to go ahead and color my finger red. You know what? Scrapbooking is messy. Mixed media is messy. If it's not, I'm not sure you're doing it right. There we go. Okay, man, I like that. That is awesome. My red finger. Okay, clean up some. 'Cause things are getting messy. Messy, messy. All right, I think I also need a wipe for my hands. Now that we're at this stage, we're going to let this dry up a bit. Baby wipes. Doesn't matter whether you have a baby in your house, whether you are doing diaper or anything like that, you should still have baby wipes in your craft room. All right. So there's that. Set this aside. Dry, baby, dry. And now, let's go ahead and get our mats onto here. Got my ATG gun. Gonna do this fairly quickly. Clear off some space. Make way. Now I've done these so it's only gonna be like a little itty bitty border of the black around the photos. I didn't want anything too crazy. I knew I was going to be using 3 4x6 photos. I didn't want to trim them down or anything, so I didn't want the mats to take up more space than they needed to. Alright, second one, third one. This was a fun day. We were all at the Hollywood studios. This is before they started doing all the construction on it. So everything was like it was in yesteryears. Okay, there's nothing else that I can do until my background dries, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, and then we'll come back and finish things up. Okay, the background is dry, or at the very least dry enough. Now, if I had gessoed this, the colors probably wouldn't have gotten so deep, because they did, like I said before, absorb into the fibers of the actual paper. Whereas if it was gesso, it would just be like on the top. But I love the way this turned out. This is fun. All right, now let us start putting things together as they were meant to be. Alright, we were going to have that there, and that there, and that underneath there. Alright, so those two are the first ones that are going to go down. Okay, this is there and there. Do just like that. Alright, this one is going there. And there. Do. And these guys are going to kind of be hanging off. I'm going to have to trim off the extra from these guys. They're going to be there. Very simple, very quick. The toughest part of this was the initial design, but it's easy to like shift and delete things when you're working on this, and waiting for the things to dry. Oh, and also this is going to be fun too. This is my title of Hollywood Studios. I ran it through my Xyron sticker creator, the X one. So yeah, those are going to have to come off. Alright, now it's time to start adhering everything together. Alright, that is it for this layout. So it comes together super quick. Here we go. You can see I added in just a little bit of marker to the Hollywood just to do like a little drop shadow there, just to have it stand out a little bit more. In case you're wondering, this is the Mickey Stewart font that I used to cut this out. I love the Mickey Stewart font. It actually kind of reminds me just a little bit of a better version of my own handwriting. So we've got all of this. For my journaling, it's my sister Alexa is kinda strange, in a good way. She never tries to be anything but exactly who she is. She insisted that she had to wear her Oswald ears the whole day. And yeah, she's a character, and I love her. And alright, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. And yeah, alright, until the next video, keep the magic alive. Bye.